Segment number 3, watch what you bet. Teddy, we got the Warriors trying to close out the Blazers tonight with a Game 4 victory, seeing a total of 219. Blazers minus 3.5 at home. Money line minus 160, plus 140 the other way. You giving the Blazers a puncher's chance here? I mean, the market's favoring them at home.
Well, no, and Golden State's the road chalk in Portland right now. You're not going to see Golden State laying 3.5 at home to anybody in the postseason unless their entire starting lineup is hurt. But, this is a Blazers team that, what do you say? Do they fight the good fight in Game 3? No, they played a good half and then got outplayed in the second half. Lillard wasn't all that good. McCollum wasn't all that good. Myers Leonard had that great first half and then was invisible. And when Golden State made their run, Portland had no answers. And this has been a Blazers team. They were swept out of the playoffs last year. They were swept out of the playoffs the year before. 0-2 against the spread in those elimination games. So we haven't exactly seen Portland step up in recent seasons in this spot. And, of course, Lillard at less than 100%. The question is, what happens with Golden State? It's a Warriors team that has been in plenty of situations in recent years where they've been up 3-0. In fact, they were in this spot twice last year. First round, up 3-0, they lost at San Antonio. Didn't play well. In the finals at Cleveland, they were up 3-0 and won Game 4, clinched the title and did it in relatively easy fashion. So there's been, I'm not going to say mixed messages from Golden State, but there's not a clear track record of the Warriors. Hey, they always close these series out, or hey, up 3-0, they tend to let down. We don't have that from Golden State. And frankly, in my mind, tonight's game is a lot more about Portland than it is about Golden State. What do the Blazers bring to the table? The Blazers bring energy and enthusiasm and effort. They can send this back to Oakland. It wouldn't shock anybody if Portland wins a game in this series. But if Golden State makes a run and Portland does what they did in Game 3, which is hide, it's going to be series over. And the Warriors will sweep. They're likely to cover the number in victory as well.
Yeah, Teddy, nice catch there. I think I said laying, and they're catching with Golden State right now on SBR odds, -3 or -3.5 across the board, depending where you're shopping. We got one in baseball here, actually 2 in baseball, Teddy. AL contenders heating up in Cleveland. Indians versus A's, -175, total of 8 tonight as the Indians host the A's here.
Yeah, this is a Cleveland team that I've been betting against pretty regularly throughout the first quarter of the campaign. And all of a sudden, we're seeing signs that the Indians are about to break out a little bit. We've seen the offense come to life. Carrasco's last 2 starts have been really good. And a Cleveland team, I'm like, Minnesota's winning this division. All of a sudden, the Indians are saying, not so fast, my friend. And look, for the first 6 weeks of the campaign, Cleveland looked like a shell of the Indians team that we've seen in recent years. Certainly, you talk about a lineup that hasn't been hitting, a pitching staff that's underachieved, a bullpen that's underachieved, a team that's underachieved. Now we're starting to see signs. Oakland, however, coming off a great series over the weekend. They needed that. And this A's team, we talk about Cleveland underachieving. Oakland's been an underachieving squad. 3 games under 500. I look at the A's as potential moneymakers. I do not look at them as out of the playoff race or, hopeless sellers. I'm not seeing that from Oakland. And Anderson certainly has some potential in that regard. A's, even after the strong weekend series in Detroit, still just 8-15 on the highway for the campaign. Hence, the big underdog price.
Teddy, let's talk a baseball game out on the West Coast in Petco as the Padres host the D-backs in the NL West. And Teddy, we got 2 good pitchers on the hill here tonight as Paddock goes for the Padres. And guys, if you haven't seen him pitch, he's electric out there, an intense guy. We also got Weaver on the hill for the D-backs, former first rounder in the 2014 draft. And he hasn't let up more than 3 earned runs in any start this year. Other than his first start of the season. That's 8 straight starts. Team OPS for both teams under 710 the last 2 weeks. I like the under here tonight in Petco where fly balls go to die. Teddy, how are you viewing the D-backs versus the Padres tonight?
I certainly wouldn't talk you out of an underplay, although the totals of 6.5 gives you very little wiggle room in these contests. That being said, Yeah, we're talking about two pitchers who we probably want our money on. Luke Weaver's shown all kinds of signs all season. And Paddock, although Paddock is coming off his worst start of the season, last time out against the Dodgers, only gave up 3 earned runs, gave up 6 runs in that ball game. But he's certainly shown signs of being the ace that the Padres need him to be. San Diego fell below 500 yesterday, and all of a sudden you wonder about that hot start for the Padres. I thought San Diego was going to be in this race all season long. They haven't played like that. The bats haven't been all that good. They haven't hit anybody. You talked about the lack of OPS, and that's bad news against Weaver tonight. And, of course, worth noting, San Diego with a losing record at home, Arizona with a winning record on the highway. We've got a decent enough sample size at this stage of the campaign that numbers like that, I start to pay attention to them by the middle of May, which is where we are right now.